um, so I wanted to talk about this because it was something that like I knew something was different about this while I was watching it, but it didn't really hit me till like later on. You know, when I saw a tweet that came out, and the tweet was basically people are getting tired of like superhero movies. Like the fatigue is setting in, right? And I'm like, okay, like for me, I'm not really there yet, but I can understand with like most of our action movies nowadays being about superheroes, right? Whether it's Marvel or DC or even, you know, The Boys or something like that. Like a lot that's where we get a lot of our action movies. But now like back in the day, we had the Rush Hours, we had, you know, even the I say Rush Hour cuz that's just my favorite movie. But like there was a lot more variety when it came to action movies. And I feel like nowadays, you know, if you're going to do an action movie, you're best to put your money on Marvel or DC because that's they know people love that, right? And I feel like this movie was like, you know, one of the first ones. I didn't think about Top Gun just because I considered that like, you know, a cult classic in the sense of like you can't really like the fan base behind that is not necessarily the same thing as what a Bullet Train would be, right? Because it's more that's you know, Top Gun is just America. You know what I'm saying? So it was like one of those things like, you know, people are going to go out in droves to go see that. But with movies like Bullet Train, you know, it's not like, yes, it's a star-studded film, but the film itself, when you look at like what Bullet Train is, even when you're looking at the trailers, like, do I need to go see that? Like, it's not Iron Man, it's not, you know what I'm saying, Thanos. Like it's just, you know, Brad Pitt, and I'm like last thing I remember about Brad Pitt was like that zombie thing, right? And I didn't even go see that. So that's one thing I've noticed, and then also how this movie is like very satisfying, like very like all the way to the end because of like the drip feed style of content that they were dropping. Like it was like little nuggets throughout the movie that, you know, always kept you in like, okay, this is something else to add to the story, right? So it never really got old. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when movies do this, I don't know what you would call it in a movie sense, but
Like
like drip
drip
feed.
feed you the story, yeah.
Yeah, like it's like little pieces. I don't, but I'm saying I don't know if that's the term you would use
Yeah.
in in movies and stuff like that because that's more of like a YouTube content type thing that you know I done picked up along the way. But what do you think about that, Chris? Do you feel like you know superhero movies are kind of getting old and like we need more stuff like this because I don't know if that's the sentiment because if it's a superhero movie, I'm gonna go see it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. But what you got?
I mean, I just think once Iron Man really took off, it's been a race to capture these kind of like comics or something where you can be more original with the action that when people go to the movie theaters they're like really impressed because you can have action movies in a superhero movie type thing like Deadpool.
Right.
You know, maybe I don't want someone punching everyone, I want someone shooting everyone. That's why Deadpool
Mm-hmm.
does so well. You know, more gory, more mature. And then, you know, you have your Mission Impossibles and what is it called, James Bond, that
Mm-hmm.
type of action. So it's kind of like when you see enough of one type of action movie, it just leads to eventually people are going to get old of it and then want to go to like superheroes. And then now maybe we are getting old to it, and now it's like, oh, something that's refreshing as Bullet Train is fun to go see. But like, to me, the whole effect of superhero movies, I just think it's just the movie. If the movie's not hitting like they used to, then it's
I
just
agree.
not as a good action movie. And that's why I
Yeah.
think this movie is a really summer blockbuster type action movie where you're going to go see the action. I just kind of wish like the trailers would have shown like how crazy this thing was gonna get, because I kind of feel like it was like a mixed bag of, okay, there's a bunch of people on the train that are trying to murder each other, but it gets much more wilder.
Yeah, the
So
story is deep. It's deep,
yeah.
bro. It's all about freaking revenge and betrayal and like family ties, and it's a lot more than what you expect. But I personally feel like I would rather have like that than, you know, trailers that basically show you the whole movie.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Because like I feel like Bullet Train in concept is very simple, so they was allowed to um, show a lot more of like the actiony stuff. Because yes, there was like they showed a lot of, you know, really dope moments, but it's like that's not even half really of what actually went down. You know what I'm saying, in the actual movie. And anytime, you know, that trailer to movie ratio is really good like that, you know, you know you got something good on your hands. If y'all enjoyed that clip, make sure to tune into the rest of the podcast here on YouTube or on your favorite audio platforms. Just search up Why I'm Geeked and you'll be able to find it. Thanks for listening. Leave a comment and I'll see y'all in the next one.